So I just got the Osmo Mobile less than 24 hours ago, and there's some things that I wish I knew going into it that I'm realizing now. So the number one thing is that the face tracking only works in the DJI Go app. I thought you can use the face tracking, set it up, then open a third-party app like Facebook so I can Facebook Live while face tracking, but that is not the case. Another thing with face tracking is that you can't put any manual control, so it has to be all auto because I guess it needs a lot of light to get in there to get the face tracking to work. So your exposure is always going to be a little finicky because you can't override it with manual controls. The other thing that bothered me is the setup. I spent about 6 hours letting this thing charge and trying to power it on, and the gimbal wouldn't move. It wasn't until I went online and spoke with DJI support. You have to download the app, launch the app, the gimbal will then recognize that the app has been launched, close down everything else, and then it automatically boots up and you can start using your DJI Osmo Mobile. The other thing with it is that setting up the balance for this thing takes a while. This isn't just a run and gun kind of style that I thought I would get out of this. You just set it and forget it. You actually have to set up the balance every single time, and that takes a lot of time. If you notice, there's a little bit of space between my iPhone 6 and the edge of the arm there, and that's because I like to put a lavalier or external audio recorder right there so I don't have that nasty onboard microphone that the iPhones have. Now, in order to do that, I have to nudge my phone way forward because the adapter causes the weight to shift. And that's kind of something that I wish I knew before going in. Another thing that bothers me is that if you don't do that, you just have the onboard audio. You can't really do anything else. And also that there's a sensor behind the phone, and if that sensor isn't blocked with the phone, the gimbal won't turn on at all. One other thing that bothers me is that this is an iPhone 6. This does not have optical image stabilization. The iPhone 6s Plus does. And I've noticed that when you're shooting with the iPhone 6s Plus, the optical image stabilization and the gimbal work against each other, making the video kind of shaky and distorted in certain parts of the frame. Now, the last thing I would say about this unit is that although I bought it because I thought I could run and gun with it, that doesn't seem like the case. You really have to take your time, set it up, and then head out. And other than DJI Go app not being the most reliable, because it's crashed a bunch of times when I've launched it, this Osmo Mobile is really not for people who are trying to get out and go. You really have to give it some time. So again, just to recap, you can't use the face tracking unless you're in the DJI Go app, so forget Facebook Live and tracking your face during that. You really have to spend time balancing the unit. Also, that if you're going to set it up, take some time, read the instructions. There's some tutorials online that you have to go through. This is not a 1, 2, 3 setup. You actually spend some time on it, probably like 15 minutes. Also, you need to balance it every time you use it, and if you have a phone with optical image stabilization, you are going to be seeing some very distorted video when you shoot. Now, I haven't gone out and made a review about this yet with all the footage that I've had, but that is coming soon, and you'll see all of that on this channel. If you like this video that I'm making now, not the one that I'm going to make sure you hit that thumbs up button, and if you have any questions that you think I can answer, keep those in the comments, and I'll try to get to those as fast as I can. This is Ken from the Modern Reporter, and thanks again for watching.